1, 2, 3, 4.
I grew up training as a hardcore ballerina, and my life plan was I was going to join a dance company and be a successful dancer. And then because as a child, you can't think past 30, 35, that was the end of my life plan. I was going to be a dancer in a company. But pretty early on, the fact that I'm almost 6 feet tall and Black made it very clear that ballet was not going to be a world that had space for me. It's a bit better now than it was when I was coming up, but it is still, the ballet world has a very long way to go. I ended up suddenly moving to LA from the Bay Area where I'm from to finish my degree at UCLA, and had my mind completely blown wide open as an artist, and was like, oh, making work, this is what I want to do. And so fast forward 5 years, I looked around and I had this group of 11 artists that I'd been working with. I'd been doing this weird thing where I'd been trying to be an artist and an activist really separately. And they just sort of collided because I suddenly realized that of these 11 people, virtually all of us identify as somewhere in the queer spectrum. And then as a Black woman, it became really important to me that race and social justice issues become a part of both the way we relate to each other and the type of work that we put out in the world. So all of a sudden the mission got bigger and louder and clearer and about activism through artwork, but always from the perspective of sort of celebration and joy. We tend to like to make things that might needle you a little bit, but also make you feel awesome and laugh and feel joy. So I feel like it's been these people finding me that has clarified my voice. And then I sat down and had to scale back and think, okay, what matters to me as a person and an artist? Because if I'm not starting this from that point, then we've kind of already failed. So I was writing a lot, and it kept sort of boiling down to these ideas about community, which is at the center of everything that we do. The idea of racial activism and social justice felt really important. And then this piece of honoring the different types of queerness that we all have felt important. And then looking at our body of work, it was like, there's something in what we do that's about fun. I think our brand of this is to be sort of outward facing, loud and flashy and colorful. And that's sort of how we sucker people in. So then I'm giving away my secrets. And then they come in and they have these experiences that are informational, are deeply moving, are difficult, and are beautiful and funny and fun and celebratory all at the same time. And also, frankly, our mission shifted dramatically with COVID. I mean, that's the truth of it. We had a pretty exciting year of projects and collaborations lined up that disappeared overnight, like I know is the case for so many people. And the mission shifted from that external facing work and that sort of visible productivity into how do we get our little community through this time? Because nobody's coming to save us. The leadership of this country has made that abundantly clear. Nobody's coming to bail us out. So how do we get each other through this intact? And that has looked like regular Zoom check-ins. Various members have sent each other dinner, money, meals. We had a offer for my partner and I would go through the unemployment system with anyone who needed it because we'd both done it successfully. So walking people through that, how do we rally around each other and really think of what mutual aid looks like for this little pocket of people, so that as we move into a very different future, none of us are broken and none of us have been left behind. Practice Progress is a collaboration between myself, the Troublemakers, and a sibling organization of ours, Ground Series, that's run by Sarah Ashkin. And she and I started talking about, Sarah's work is rooted in, hey, I'm a white lady. White supremacy is like the bread and butter of the dance world. How do I address that as an artist? I want to spend my life in that space. We were being asked to sort of facilitate learnings out in the world. And Sarah went, I don't really feel great about showing up to do this as a white lady by myself. Like, that's one very limited perspective. Kai, do you want to team up? And so we did. And Listen In was born. Essentially, what it is there's two groups running concurrently. Sarah runs what we're calling a white working group, which is helping white people embrace and understand white supremacy and engaging in dismantling white supremacy from an embodied place. So, seeing how these systems enact on your body, really getting your legs underneath yourself and figuring out how to get in the fight. I facilitate the BIPOC group, so the Black, Indigenous, and People of Color group. And that space is really about healing, grieving, and rest. The thing I find the most frustrating is, we don't really fit terribly well in a lot of the infrastructure that exists around dance. And I find it really frustrating that there isn't space for people doing things outside of that framework. You have to build it yourself. I think I feel that really intensely because I work with a lot of very high level people in the dance world as an arts administrator, where I'm becoming more sought after and asked to be included in very high level things. But then my work as an artist, none of those people are interested in coming to see. So I think I feel that tension, and I spend a lot of time wrestling with, I don't have to change what we're doing because that community has decided that it doesn't have value. I value the most, make me the happiest, I get the most pleasure from, I've grown the most from, is working as collaboratively as we do. I've had to become a better person, a better leader, a better collaborator, a better artist, a better communicator in order to work that way. I've had to take scarier risks of being honest and transparent with people that I'm working with. And so I feel like through this work, I have a sense of family that I have never had in my life before, of people where we love each other, we value the work that we're doing, we see each other fully, we can show up, and we can make stuff that we're proud of and that moves us. And it's the best gift of my entire life.